I mean, the Catholic Church has rewritten the history of countless ancient peoples. So not only is the history wrong, but the timelines are obviously been manipulated. I mean, I've read flamenco back to front several times and discussed him for the better part of 10 years. And there's enough that even if you take 1% of flamenco's work, that you can see that the timelines have been manipulated, at least the historical representations of them, and that the calendars changing would be necessary to kickstart and kind of base their um, historical representations because they would be fallacy if a lot of these historical Roman events, Caesars and Augustus, and these are all mythological people, just like, obviously what Jesus represents is a mythological representation or a metaphor. So did these. So to attribute physical dates to the reign of Caesar and Augustus, even though they're just solar gods, would be silly. But that's what they've been doing with the Bible as well, is creating, here's Palestine, here's Israel, here's where it all happened. Now let's make some dates from it. Even though you can one gloss through from flamenco, let alone, again, all the other works and hours and material that I've read that continually show that the timelines are wrong and the calendars changing. The calendars have changed more than once. But yeah, the calendar used to be what they called an annular system, and it wasn't marked by the sun and the moon. So there was no lunar calendar, there was no solar calendar. And the worship of the one true God, the Most High, the solar deity we know of, is historically relatively new. And I think it lines up with the vapor canopy stuff. And I can't say 2000 BC. I don't mess with numbers. I just say that most of those dates, why even bother? Because you can't truly say when this exactly happened. Because the Alaska material shows you, well, the numbers are wrong no matter what. Now, I wouldn't even try to attribute a date because I'm already saying I can't trust any of this, that the calendars we'd be given, how long the ice age lasted, when it started, what dinosaurs, blah, 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 right? Because when you look at it from a geological standpoint, they'll show you, here's this layer, here's this layer, here's this layer. This layer was 30,000 years. This layer was 150 to 250,000 years. And this layer was a million plus. That's all nonsense.